It's one of the great sights in North East football. Sunderland and Newcastle on collision course once again. The atmosphere, everything you would expect from a Tyne-Wear derby, but even the players this week have said the build-up to this one has been something rather special. Roker Park packed, 5,500 Newcastle fans have made the pilgrimage, and they sold their tickets out in a day. Let's have a look at the teams first of all. For Sunderland, number 1, Tim Carter, 2, John Kay, 3, Anton Rogan, 4, Gary Hours, 5, Gary Bennett, 6, Kevin Ball, 7, Sean Cunnington, 8, Don Goodman, 9, Peter Davenport, at 10, Brian Atkinson comes into the team, and 11, so too does David Rush. Gordon Armstrong drops down to substitute wearing 12, and John Colloon wears 14. So David Rush, one of 2 changes from the team, humiliated at West Ham 6-0. He's a Sunderland lad, he'll know what it's all about here today. For Newcastle, in goal, number 1, Tommy Wright, 2, Barry Venison, the former Sunderland skipper, 3, John Beresford, 4, Liam O'Brien, 5, Kevin Scott, 6, Steve Howie, 7, Robert Lee, 8, Gavin Peacock, 9, David Kelly, 10, Lee Clark. Their only change is at number 11, where Kevin Brock comes in place of Kevin Sheedy. Substitutes are number 12, Mick Quinn, and 14, Brian Kilcline, and what experience they have on the bench today. Along the referee is Stephen Lodge from Barnsley, making sure that tempers don't get a little bit too het up in this cauldron of an atmosphere, and enjoying it all alongside me is the Middlesbrough manager, Lenny Lawrence. A tremendous atmosphere. You know what derbies are all about this season, but this one is special again.
Yeah, it's a terrific atmosphere. There's so much noise I can hardly hear myself speak. It's a very important game for both clubs for different reasons. Sunderland need to restore pride. They owe it to themselves as players, they owe it to the fans in the club, especially those who travelled to West Ham last week. And last but not least, they owe it to Malcolm.
Kevin Keegan up there in the director's box, knowing that a win today would equal the 11-win start of Spurs double side in 1960-61, a Division 1 record, that one. Barry Venison, we know he'll get a fairly hostile reception from the Roker Park crowd, having already led the Roker men out at a Wembley final. Today's referee, Stephen Lodge from Barnsley, who's just been waiting a minute or two to get 1 or 2 members of the crowd properly settled in.
Be interesting to see how Sunderland are going to approach this after last week, whether they're going to charge forward. But they've got to be very careful that Newcastle don't catch them on the break.
So we're off and running. Newcastle in their change strip of yellow shirts and green shorts. Sunderland, what else? In the red and white stripes, and attacking the goal to our right. It's a crisp, almost winter's morning. A little bit of a breeze around that will make it just a touch more difficult for the players to settle. And settling could be the key factor in this. The old cliche is the form book goes out of the window in a derby match, and we'll certainly get the biggest ever test of that theory today. Tim Carter, 6 goals flew past him at Upton Park last Sunday, but given the manager's vote of confidence for this one early in the week. Gary Hours challenging for that one, but it was Kevin Scott who got underneath it. Peacock in there, Hours again looking for Goodman. O'Brien does a lot of challenging in the midfield. It's fallen for Gary Hours. Foot was in there, O'Brien back there. All a little bit messy, it's fallen for Goodman, and O'Brien plays that one well out of defence. Rogan will try to keep it going. A thunderous start this, Brock and Sunderland look absolutely full of determination. Beresford, and not too many teams come flying at Newcastle. They've usually gone out and dominated the early stages, Lenny.
Yeah, it's a fast and furious start from Sunderland. They're looking really wound up for this one.
Davenport now bringing it down and trying one. And Davenport
They seem to have Goodman in a more central role this time, and hopefully he'll do less running out to the wings and stay there stay down the middle where he can perhaps do most damage. Newcastle have got to weather this early storm.
Tremendous booing for Barry Venison there as he knocked that ball forward. But when you're a player of his experience, you'll certainly be able to ride that. Free kick will calm things down a little. Barry Venison, 215 appearances and 3 goals for Sunderland from Consett. Not too many local lads in these two teams today. But there's another one, Kevin Scott from Easington, and Gary Owers, Newcastle born, and Scott gets a header to it. And back now for Tommy Wright, who was compared by his Northern Ireland manager as like another Pat Jennings after a tremendous performance for Northern Ireland against Spain in midweek. Not much early football, and no surprise in that.
Now, in this sort of games, you've got to win the headers and win the tackles early on to set the tone for your team, and so far Sunderland have done well in that respect. There's been no clear chances yet, but it looks as if they're determined to put Newcastle under pressure.
In fairness to Sunderland, they had quite an encouraging start down at West Ham, until it all went horribly wrong when Don Goodman got that injury. That kick from Tim Carter drifting straight into touch. And this is John Beresford. Such a lively force down the left-hand touchline. Peacock managed to keep it going. Cunnington knocking it forward. Again, the linesman in the right place to stop play with the free kick. Venison, again the reception. Looking for Lee Clark, who's a long way forward. Howie. And David Kelly, the flag stayed down. Peacock's in the middle, but Carter out bravely. And Kelly got away from the marking.
It was a well-timed run from David Kelly there. He looked suspiciously offside to me. But once again, what they do, Newcastle, in the early part of games, they look to turn the defence round early with long balls in behind, and they've turned them round there. You can't tell from that angle whether he's offside or not, but he looked offside to me.
So Carter right in it, and Kelly's running, already proving a factor.
There they go again.
John Kay. O'Brien charging in there. Scott with a header, and Mr. Lodge won't have any of that. O'Brien's foot rather raised too high. Dangerous play then. Gary Bennett, 9th season at Roker, knows all about these sort of affairs. Anton Rogan. This is David Rush. Looking perhaps for Gary Owers making the run through the middle.
Sunderland appear to be pushing Gary Owers on a little bit more. They're therefore keeping Goodman in the middle. And he's making the third attacker when they come down the right-hand side, which I think is a good tactic for them.
Robert Lee just got a glancing header on that one. Kevin Ball never afraid to stick his head in where it might hurt. And a good, well, nearly a good ball forward, but cut out there by Howie. Kevin Brock. And that one will have to be retaken again.
No place for the faint-hearted, the middle of the pitch at the moment. There's a few tackles flying around.
Sunderland have only scored 4 league goals at home in 4 games. 7 goals in 10 games in all. Desperately need to improve on that goal-scoring record, but they're under pressure here, but not for very long with a free kick like that. This wind is a difficult factor for the players as well.
Yeah, it's going to make good football difficult. I think Sunderland have got the advantage of it at the moment, and they need to take advantage of it and keep Newcastle pinned in their half as much as they can.
Kevin Scott looking to get under this one and jumping well. And away by John Kay. Beresford looking forward for Peacock. Peacock and Ball should be a battle and a half. And Scott and Goodman too are having a fair little running battle. Venison picked up by O'Brien. Lee Clark forced deep. Venison again. Brock.
They are working exceptionally hard, Sunderland, at pressurising and not letting Newcastle settle into their passing game. And from their point of view, it's been the best start.
Kevin Brock will have to take on the Kevin Sheedy role in the middle. Sheedy gives the Newcastle team so much shape and balance, always available wide on the left. Always full of running is David Kelly, no chance of getting on the end of that one.
There's that ball again. They do try and turn you around in the first 10 or 15 minutes, Newcastle. Only had joy on one occasion so far with David Kelly getting in behind that once. Other than that, to be fair, Sunderland have dominated. Playing a very tight four across the midfield, Sunderland, as are Newcastle, so that's obviously where the battle's going to be won and lost.
Kevin Keegan never played in a time-weird derby and won his first as a manager 1-0 back in March. Header again by Beresford. Brock not given any time by Cunnington, and Newcastle getting the benefit of the decision. Beresford waiting for Howie to get the furthest forward. It's played short for Kevin Brock to take it up. Brock having a look before playing it towards Lee Clark, but again no danger there. Lee Clark played for England under-21s in midweek, and no great result for the English team. Scott again, just getting a little elbow on Goodman. Scott and Goodman should be a good battle, Lenny.
Yeah, they're both good in the air. Goodman's taken up some good, but just pulling off him a little bit in order to get a run and a jump, and he's given him a few problems. He's a good leaper, Goodman. Here's a chance for Sunderland to get a ball in the box and get a strike in.
Atkinson and Hours are standing over the kick. Rogan is up there, right on the far post, and could be a target. Good jump by Howie, though, not clear yet. Rush just didn't take it in his stride. Atkinson now for Sunderland. Again, good work by Newcastle. Lee Clark, a little ball forward. And away goes Robert Lee. Kelly will be looking to time his run. Robert Lee sent crashing down by Gary Bennett.
That's a booking. That's the danger, you see. They committed a lot of men forward to that free kick. Sunderland, Rushy missed kick, lost it. All of a sudden, Newcastle were at their most dangerous on the break. And Robert Lee's pace caught Gary Bennett out there, and that's a fair booking.
No slouch Gary Bennett either, it must be said.
He's not. He's just mistimed it a little bit, and down he goes. So now Sunderland need to be alert at this free kick.
Kevin Brock. Kelly gets up. They've been playing a lot of stuff in sharply towards the front men. And David Kelly's running and his aerial ability has been very evident this season. Didn't have the best of times in these early stages of his career. Always promised a lot without it quite coming off, but he's really found his niche here at Newcastle.
Yeah, he has. He's got stronger as the years have gone on, and he's developed into a really good player. It was a great leap for that effort there.
10 minutes gone, no score yet, and every bit as fierce and competitive as we'd all expected. O'Brien just losing out on that one, but getting a second go, and Newcastle get the benefit of the referee's whistle.
He's done well, the referee, so far. He hasn't missed anything. It's been fast and furious, and he's kept control of it.
Just pushing Kevin Scott back a few yards to make sure it's all by the book. Again, it's going to be Kelly the target, but Bennett gets up comfortably. Hours. Brought down by Brock. And Brock, not exactly the most ferocious tackler, but Mr. Lodge didn't like that one, and maybe Kevin Brock getting verbally rather too fired up as well. Of course, for players like Kevin Brock, they've got to come into the team and try and establish some sort of a regular place. The competition for the first team spot at Newcastle is so fierce at the moment. Beresford bringing it forward. Clark's making a run ahead of him. Here's Lee Clark to take over. Square for O'Brien. Venison supporting. Neat football. Kelly got a real shove in the back there. Venison. Peacock, lovely ball to Robert Lee. And it's in, and Newcastle have taken the lead. Kevin Brock's on the end of it. 12 minutes gone, Newcastle strike first.
There's a great little reverse passing that put Robert Lee in there. I think it was David Kelly. Pity for Sunderland, they've battled away very well. You can't see who played him in there. It's a good square ball across the goal. It's gone in, actually, it's an own goal. I think you find that was an own goal.
Gary Hours may well have got the last touch there.
Yeah, Gavin's played him in, it's a great little touch. And I think that you'll find that was an own goal. That's come across the face of the goal. And I think the Sunderland player's got his foot to it.
Well, Brock turns away and claims it, as players tend to these days. But Gary Hours may well have put his hometown club into the lead.
What Sunderland have got to do now is not panic and not lose their heads.
Kevin Keegan will be delighted with that, no matter who put the ball in the back of the net. It's Sunderland 0 and Newcastle United 1, and the one thing that Malcolm Crosby would have been looking to do was to keep everything tight in those early stages and stop Newcastle hitting their rhythm. But that plan out the window already. Davenport, wide there for Hours. Let's just have another look again, Lenny, see if we can sort that one out for definite.
There's a good ball in from, but a great little reverse pass in there from Gavin. Squared it. I think that's an own goal. Difficult to see exactly from the monitor, but I think it's an own goal.
Now, Kevin Brock may well consider he's got his third of the season, but he certainly kept a remarkable run going by Newcastle. It's the 15th game away from home that they've managed to find the net, and that's a new club record. It's been a season of records, record chasing for Newcastle United, of course. Off and running again after that short delay. Hours. A real test for Sunderland now. So much of football is about confidence, and their confidence took the biggest almighty battering last weekend. David Rush there, who will chase everything, you can rest assured. Sunderland's nerve under test again, Lenny.
Yeah, they just must make sure they don't panic now, you know. They're still in they've worked very, very hard. They need to settle and try and play some football. But whatever they do, they don't want to lose another goal straight away now.
Free kick then to Newcastle. Howie knocks it in. Kelly beaten by Gary Bennett, but the ball not really clear. Rogan got it away. O'Brien did remarkably well to find Beresford. Changed the angle of attack, but Bennett's read it again. Hours. O'Brien. Away by Atkinson to Goodman. He does well to hold that up and bring John Kay into play. Good football by Don Goodman. Not much else on there for John Kay. Carter has to whack that ball upfield. Venison jumping and challenging fiercely for it. Lee Clark getting the other side of the defence. And two of them piling into him there. Rogan and finally Rush. Lee Clark doesn't seem too bothered.
They were screaming for offside there, but David Kelly hadn't played the ball forward, although technically David Kelly was in an offside position. Sunderland
really under pressure now. Robert Lee Charge down, corner kick to Newcastle.
They left David Rush one-on-one with Robert Lee there. They need to get support out quicker than that, otherwise they'll cut him to pieces. Now let's hope they're ready for if there's a short corner from Newcastle, because they were a little bit slow once or twice last week, Sunderland defending against a short corner. Doesn't look like one.
Remember, it's 36 years since Sunderland lost at home to Newcastle, August 1956. Newcastle in the driving seat already. Over comes the corner kick, aimed towards Howie. And again, the referee is right there, and he is not letting anything go.
Yeah, he's done very well, the ref. That was obviously a foul. Howie got on the top of the defender's shoulders there, and it's an opportunity wasted, really, because I don't know where the defender would have got that away, and they might have had a second chance by picking the ball up on the edge of the box.
Tim Carter, a very experienced stand-in for Tony Norman, but it's been quite an experience for him recently. 6 last week and another one already today. Bennett knocks it back in. Howie away again. Lee, a nice little ball tucked out wide for Barry Venison, who's looking to bring Peacock or Kelly in. Bennett again jumping well. Bennett's doing very well in the air at the back for Sunderland. Goodman with a chance to chase. Goodman takes it, looking to feed Davenport. Goodman and Davenport working well together, and Cunnington with a shooting opportunity, but he snatched at that one. But that was a good-looking build-up from Sunderland.
Best move of the match for them so far. Good ball up to Goodman, nice link up with Davenport, and we finish with a shot. Nice little setup for Cunnington. He just screwed it wide of the post there. Good move though.
Sean Cunnington has already got 1 goal this season.
Robert Lee's causing him a few problems out on that flank, and they need to make sure they get support out there quickly.
Newcastle able to keep it nice and relaxed. Venison knocking it in towards Kelly, but it never reached him. Lee Clark couldn't pick it up, and that one whacked downfield for John Beresford to chase. Beresford, Kelly again the target. Kevin Ball jumping well. O'Brien, and it's fallen for Venison. Charged into David Rush then. Atkinson now for Rogan. Nobody going to be on the end of that one apart from Steve Howie. Just a big up and under. Venison and away into touch. Barry Venison, still only 28. Anton Rogan. Just a little bit of a... ball, was it out of play then? Yes, throw in to Newcastle. Kelly's flick on. O'Brien again winning a lot of ball in the air in midfield. And squeezed through to David Kelly, has a look around, but he's onside. And David Kelly would have expected himself to tuck that one away. Again, there was a question over the decision, but Kelly was away.
No, he was onside. If you look at it, you can't see from that angle, but the right back John Kay had just dropped off behind the other 3 defenders, and they put him onside. They're playing a dangerous game. They're trying to hold a line at the back there, but as I say, John Kay had dropped off that time. That was clearly onside.
Kelly would have expected to hit the target.
Yeah, he just snatched at it there, so let off for Sunderland.
It's a couple of times they've been caught looking around for the right whistle and the right flag and not getting it, Sunderland. Scott not quite finding Brock. John Kay in there very quickly, and Scott battling to recover. And Scott gets the foot in. And Sunderland get the free kick.
Now there's a chance to get the ball in the box, and they must not waste it.
Gary Hours will take it. They're all up there. Block and Peacock organising that 2-man wall. The danger rather further forward Kevin Ball jumping, Rogan knocks it back, and David Kelly had come back as well to cover, and could bang the ball upfield. Kay all the way back for Tim Carter. Halfway through the first half, and it's Newcastle leading by 1-0. Now Cunnington. Losing out rather tamely there. David Kelly with a chance to run, and sliding it through, and this time it is offside. A mighty roar of approval from the Fulwell end.
That time they got their line right at the back there, and he was definitely offside. I think the linesman's only made one wrong decision so far in this game, in spite of the sarcastic cheers. Sean Cunnington brought trouble on them there by losing the ball tamely in the middle of the pitch. You know, the game's too fast and furious to have as much time on it as he wanted there.
Carter banging it deep. Hours getting a free header at it. Goodman trying to turn, and held there by Stephen Howie. Stephen Howie, the Sunderland lad, in the middle of all this. Goodman being turned there by Howie, and now this could be really interesting for Sunderland. They've got to make the most of these situations.
They've got the wind behind them, obviously, so it's important that they get a strike on the goal if it's humanly possible. You've got every chance of a rebound if they hit the target from that close with this wind.
Pushing the wall right back.
I'd like to see if one or two more people in the box for Sunderland.
Atkinson leaves it for Hours, straight into that wall.
Now he's going to book Beresford for encroaching at the free kick.
Hours will get another go, perhaps. Beresford there, too quickly off that wall to charge it down.
It's no good blaming the referee, that's what their instructions are, and if they don't stick to the letter of the law, they're in trouble themselves, so it's fair enough. They need to make sure, Newcastle, that somebody else comes flying out now, otherwise they'll get sent off. They've changed, it's going to be Robert Lee this time.
Now
Sunderland need to make a better effort.
The real punishment could still be here for Newcastle. Chipped in there, hit the bar from Hours, still not clear. And Hours confused, and then they were expecting something different, but he had the composure to just chip that one in.
Yeah, it's a great bit of skill there, and he deserved a goal for it. Unfortunate. Just a lovely little chip over the wall, and it's just carried a little bit too high. Let's see if they can get anything out of this corner.
Hours across to take it again. Tommy Wright under real pressure. It was Goodman who got up there as well, and Sunderland responding now to the call from the Roker Park crowd.
Two good efforts there. Just what I think the last one was a foul. Has he given? No, he's given a goal kick, I think. Now, let's see if Newcastle can take the sting out of the game now, and let's see if Sunderland can keep the pressure up.
Brock's header. Again, it's another free kick. The game fairly littered with these challenges in midfield. Two teams so wound up for this one, just like both sets of supporters. Newcastle fans, of course, really thinking this could be their trip to Roker Park. Certainly the Sunderland supporters here will not be disappointed with the way their teams approach this game, although the scoreline, of course, will be causing them a considerable amount of worry. Now Beresford. The layoff there attempted by Peacock, but Kay wasn't having it. Davenport will hold it up and release Hours. Not quite. Scott in a little bit of trouble there and forced to concede the corner kick, and Sunderland really managing to put Newcastle under some pressure.
Gary Hours is playing a much more influential part this week. He's linked up well once or twice there, and his runs from deep are causing him a few problems at the moment.
Hours will take this corner kick. Bennett is up there towards the near post. Goodman jumping, hooked away by Venison. O'Brien gets a header to it. Atkinson wants to pump it back in, and Lee Clark more than happy to belt that ball anywhere. Atkinson chased all the way back, and Carter now will have to play the ball forward. Good spell this for Sunderland. Scott stands firm. Bennett jumping well again. Hours, who's having a game and a half so far.
That's the best I've seen him play since I've been in the North East so far. Hours, if he can keep this up, then he can get Sunderland back in the game. But he's making that third striker, so when Goodman and Davenport are split, he's making the third one, and it's helping establish possession and get balls in the box.
The Hours who takes this free kick. Bennett and Ball and Rogan adding extra weight and height to the attack. Chipped in delicately by Hours. Kelly was right the way back there, and Brock winning the ball, and Clark squeezing that pass through. Dangerous break now. Beresford charging forward for Newcastle. Little ball forward for Brock, but he's not really got the sort of speed he'd need to try and keep that move going. But the danger there again, signposted by Newcastle.
They're throwing a lot of men forward for the free kick, Sunderland, and they were caught on the break again. Fortunately, it came to nothing. They have got to keep the pressure on now, Sunderland. It's their best spell so far, and if they can get a goal back before half-time, obviously they've still got every chance.
Beresford up the line. Kay finding Cunnington. Beresford crunching tackle there. Lee Clark has not seen as much of the ball as he would have liked, but again Ball was quick to it, and David Rush brought down by O'Brien. And the referee may well take action.
Yeah. Quite right as well. Yeah, there's a late tackle there, and he's just caught Rush as he's going through. Same as Bennett's, really, a slightly mistimed, slightly wild tackle. Nothing malicious, but deserves a booking.
3 in the book already. Bennett, Beresford and O'Brien. And again, it's a free kick for Sunderland. Hours, Rogan, maybe the target. He wasn't going to get there, and Cunnington had to turn. And Bennett now to try to keep something going for Sunderland. Hours, real determination in that challenge, but so too the resolution from Newcastle. And the break could be dangerous now. Robert Lee, Peacock, Kelly all up there now, but they've slowed it down and brought Venison in. O'Brien cut out by Atkinson for Davenport. Important header that by Howie. Venison along the line for Clark. It's a great ball from Venison. Kelly and Peacock streaking into the middle, and Bennett with no option but to give that corner away.
That's a great run from Lee Clark. As soon as Newcastle are established on the ball at the back, Lee Clark looks to make a run to join the front two or get behind the opposing fullbacks. He must have done it 8 or 10 times already this half, and he latched onto that there. He's got on the corner.
Gary Bennett doing a good covering job.
Now let's see if the markings are on. I'd like to see one more at the near post. I have 2 on the post, Sunderland.
Over comes the corner kick towards Kelly. One by Hours, and Hours again. Brock to knock it back in. Got a deflection, and again it was off Gary Hours. Kevin Brock taking on the Kevin Sheedy role of the dead ball specialist.
So if you look where David Kelly is at the near post, if he gets across the front of ours, there's nobody in the space there to stop that.
Another corner then to Newcastle. Scott it was closing in on it, and Robert Lee looking for something spectacular. Robert Lee still waiting to score for Newcastle. Got 1 goal for Charlton before he came north. Top scorer for them last season though with 13. Venison jumping strongly. Kelly into the space, but Lee wasn't quite that far advanced. Rogan plays it forward for Davenport. Good control. Support is there from Rush if he makes himself available, but Davenport getting the corner kick there. Looks as though he has done. Davenport, who can hold the ball up in those wide positions.
Yeah, he did. He accepted the ball very well there. Good footwork. He's got him a corner. They've been a bit unlucky at set play, Sunderland. They only need the bounce of the ball or one to drop to one of a foot, and they can equalise. Good floated near post corner.
Cunnington. Cunnington needed to get over the top of that one. Didn't have too much time to try and get his balance right.
It's a Good delivery from Gary Hours there, and Tommy Wright came for it and didn't quite make contact properly. It dropped to where they wanted, although it was on his left foot. Pity he couldn't keep it down.
Cunnington will get underneath this one. Hooked away by Lee Clark. Kevin Ball plays it towards Beresford, who has to check. Hours, who's covering every inch of the ground at the moment, and Scott a little bit sloppy there, and Goodman brings in Rogan. Sunderland with quite a few men forward now, and Rogan wasting that possession, but they'll get another go through a throw-in. Robert Lee getting a foot in then. Rush tried to do the clever thing then, and it didn't come off quite. Again, the tackles come crashing in. Brock. Kelly got away from his man then, not for long. Rogan crashing in. Rush forward. Hours. Beresford nearly playing Howie into trouble, but that's good, controlled, calm football from the Newcastle rearguard. O'Brien picking the ball off the back four.
There's Clark with that run again, but Gavin Peacock's tried to put him in with a header, but just mistimed it. Makes so many runs off the ball in the game, Lee Clark, it's unbelievable.
Howie's underneath this one. Clark. Now John Kay with a little bit of room to work. Hours is there in the middle, Davenport's come off. Davenport losing out to Brock, and O'Brien, and through for Lee Clark, making himself available on the left now. Clark breaking strongly, aim for Peacock, Kelly is there as well. Peacock holds it up for Brock. Clark still available, and Beresford supporting, and Brock waiting for Lee Clark. Bangs the ball across, and Kelly, well, they knew they were trying to get the ball into the middle there before Sunderland could group properly, and Kelly was on the end of it.
You see, that illustrates that last couple of minutes exactly what the respective situations of the teams are. Sunderland wasted a great opportunity to cross. It went into Peter Davenport, it was lost. Newcastle counter-attacked, and they finished with a cross or a shot. That's the difference, and if you finish with a cross or a shot, you don't get caught on the break.
10 minutes left in this first half, still Newcastle 1 up. Kevin Ball knocking it square and getting the return from Atkinson. Little touch from Davenport, it was neat enough. Again, Howie and O'Brien finally playing Newcastle out of trouble. Ball has a look around. Bangs it back towards Venison and Rush. Davenport picking up another dangerous loose ball, and he nearly skimmed his way through the two defenders there, but got a nudge.
Good footwork, and when Davenport was out on the wing doing his bits and pieces there to get that free kick, Hours had joined Goodman in the box to try and get on the end of it, whereas last week there was only the two strikers and they were always a man short in the box. So here's a great chance for them.
It'll be Hours again with the free kick. Gary Bennett is up there, so too Kevin Ball and Anton Rogan, and Bennett jumping, and Bennett equalises. No, he's rubbed it out, the referee.
That is harsh.
It was a fine jump though by Gary Bennett, and must have thought he was in there.
There's a well-flighted free kick. Oh, that looked a harsh decision to me, that.
May well have been the shove on David Kelly as we look at it again.
His arms are down, but he's been adjudged to have shoved him with his body.
You think that's a bit of a tough one?
I think so.
So the let-off for Newcastle. And that really would have brought Sunderland right back into this game. And been a wonderful boost for their confidence. Although Malcolm Crosby can't be too disappointed with the way that his team's reacted to going a goal behind. Here's Gary Owers and John Kay now. Sunderland pressing again. John Kay attacking the heart. And Davenport, still Davenport, and Kay goes down. It was a little theatrical. Mr. Lodge not interested. Beresford, and another crunching tackle from Gary Owers. He's having quite an outstanding start to this game.
Newcastle are wobbling at the moment. That could have gone against them, that penalty decision there. And Sunderland need to get a goal before half-time if they can.
Bennett in towards Goodman, and Scott more than content to just nod that one into touch. Sunderland really looking to build on this period of pressure. Owers robbed there by Brock.
I don't think there's been too many occasions this year when Newcastle have been put under consistent pressure. They're battling away very well. It'd be interesting to see how they handle it.
Bennett's up there again. Scott went for a ride this time, but that one was okay. Rush getting a bit of a nudge from Robert Lee, and the referee saw it. And Sunderland get another free kick. And again, a really dangerous position. Rush just got a nudge there. And that was a good decision by the referee. Another major wall-building exercise by Newcastle.
Need to make sure they hit the target. They've got a good chance of a rebound if they do.
Goodman's there as well. He may well fancy a crack at this one, alongside Gary Owers. Here goes Goodman, and not a lot in it either. That expression says it all from Don Goodman.
It was a good effort, again just over the top. They've certainly got a head of steam up now, Sunderland. It's gone over the top of the wall, yeah, it's just wide and just over. Always just missing, but a good effort.
Cunnington, Goodman, Davenport trying to flick it on. Peacock, Kelly, now Lee Clark running again, but he's got three Sunderland players ahead of him. Just too many bodies. Peacock thundering into that loose ball, and O'Brien's picked it up, and Newcastle can keep this move going. And it's wide for Barry Venison. Forward for Lee. Rogan is across there. Support from Rush. Venison to knock it in. And Kelly, and the whistle's gone again. Kelly looking rather quizzical. Referee going over to have a word with Don Goodman.
Yeah, I think he's given a free kick for a late tackle there.
So Newcastle can still keep this going. Lee with another chance to knock the ball in. And Carter missed it. But Owers is there to clear up the danger at last. Really is no shortage of incident in this game. And suddenly Newcastle mount their own smell of danger.
It's a great cross from Robert Lee there. He's just got a hand to it, Tim Carter, just about diverted the ball away.
Owers again. Gary Owers, never been on the losing side in a Tyne-Wear derby, and he's played in 5 of them. And if he has anything to do with it, this one will not be the first time. Clark missing out, Cunnington, Davenport, Goodman. Goodman went crashing down then. Tommy Wright in a little bit of trouble.
They don't want half-time to come, Sunderland, I shouldn't think, actually. They're ahead of steam up now. The last thing they want is the game to be stopped for 15 minutes.
Brock this time spread eagled. And I think the book's out again.
Yeah, I think he's just tripped him as he was going away with the ball there. I think Goodman's going to get booked. Yeah. Late tackle again. Been a good first half, and interestingly the two most influential players on the pitch in my opinion have been those occupying the same position. Robert Lee wide on the right for Newcastle, he's been at the hub of most things, and Gary Hours playing wide on the right for Sunderland, who's had easily the best game I've ever seen him play.
Lee, it's another 5 ball up the wing for Lee Clark, who's made one of those runs again. He's just come deep for Peacock and tried to turn, and Tim Carter was nearly caught off balance by that little deflection.
Great pass from Robert Lee, and another one of those runs behind the full-back from Lee Clark. Fortunately for Sunderland, they got the bounce of the ball in the box.
Scott with the jump. Kay. Tucking it through there for Rush. Robbed by Venison. Now Robert Lee again. And Kelly's come out wide. Lee has continued through the middle. It's hit deep. But Carter, no problems for him. Davenport, little nod on, and Goodman, not this time. It's his turn to be caught by that offside ploy. Kevin Scott wide for Beresford into the final minute of the first half. Atkinson right back there. Cunnington. O'Brien. Kelly really carted up in the air there by Kevin Moore.
It's a great challenge, that was.
You think Malcolm Crosby may well be thinking he's a little bit unlucky to see his team a goal down?
Definitely unfortunate to be a goal down. They've battled away, they've really shown some spirit and some commitment and pride there, and they've linked up nicely once or twice, and they've had Newcastle on the rack for 10 or 15 minutes, but on the other side of the coin, Newcastle have broken dangerously once or twice, especially down their right-hand side, and got in some good positions and obviously scored the goal.
It's a stoppage time at the end of the first half, and there will be a few minutes to add on after the police had a job of just sorting out one or two problems in the crowd, more people in the wrong places than anything else, it must be said. But certainly everybody inside Roker Park, lucky enough to get a ticket, will feel they've had more than their value. Solid tackle there by Venison, really is a rock for Newcastle. Davenport back there, Rogan plays it in, Scott gets the ball away, not back in again, Howie whacks it up the field, Bennett has a good look around and finds John Kay. Bennett. Cunnington. Kay a little bit sloppy there, and they've lost out, and Peacock and O'Brien, and real crisp, quick passing. That was a clever little attempt by Kelly, which so nearly came off. And that's the half-time whistle. Everything we might have expected, and a little bit more as well. Kevin Brock was in there for that opening goal, but it may well have got a touch. The crucial touch off Gary Hours was after 12 minutes. If it is an own goal, then it's a cruel one for Gary Hours, who has been quite outstanding. Nothing to choose between the teams. Gary Bennett had a brave header disallowed for pushing. It's really been as close as that. But on the scoreline, the advantage is with the Magpies. It's Sunderland 0, Newcastle United 1. 19 points and 18 places separate these two teams before today, but just that one goal so far, the difference between the two teams. And I wonder, Lenny, if there's anything significant that Malcolm Crosby will have wanted to do to try and get level in this game?
Well, the shape looks the same. I see that Brian Atkinson has picked up Lee Clark, and I think he's going to track him when he makes those runs, so that's going to be interesting.
Rogan coming forward now. Rogan again, square for Atkinson, and Davenport is spare and out wide, and a good ball in and away by Scott. Newcastle under pressure right at the start of the second half, but playing themselves out of trouble well. Ball having to chase this one all the way and playing it into touch. Kevin Ball will make sure that his team battles all the way, as they have done, to be fair to them. It's been an interesting test for both teams, really, because Newcastle are not used to being put under pressure. Lee Clark looking the ball in, and Carter takes it comfortably.
There's a good cross across, just again good defense. They've done very well in the air, the two Newcastle centre-backs, and been first to most things in the box. Couldn't get on the end of that one, Sunderland, but they've started as they finish the first half.
Kevin Brock, Lee Clark, John Kay quickly in.
That's good support for each other there, good pressurising and good support, and John Kay was able to get a challenge in as the ball was arriving.
Beresford, robbed there by Cunnington. Clark, square for Venison, and Kelly and Rogan getting in there, and Kelly it is who's penalised. The tackling in midfield has been so sharp and so determined all the time, hasn't it?
Fast and furious. There's certainly not much space out there, or time.
The atmosphere generated by these two sets of rival supporters has been quite superb as well. Malcolm Crosby down there on the bench, and knowing really that this team is playing for his future as well as the points today.
Well, he can be proud of their efforts so far anyway.
They've got a free kick and need to make something from this one. Gary Bennett has gone up there. Atkinson will knock the ball goalwards. It's towards Bennett, but Scott didn't get the most convincing header in there. Bennett plays it back in the middle. O'Brien is there again, and Liam O'Brien is quite a force in the air from midfield, doing well there.
Once again, nice little ball across from Gary Bennett, but a Newcastle head is first to the ball again.
Hours outstanding so far in this game. Rogan, that was a little disappointing, that effort. Right, looking that one. Ball square now for John Kay. Davenport making another run out there, but Kevin Scott there all the way. Again, Newcastle still under pressure, but Robert Lee should now bring the ball away. O'Brien. Kelly, robbed there by Kevin Ball.
Yeah, Sunderland are starting to play now. Kevin Ball's inspiring them at the back. If they can keep Newcastle pinned back, they've still got every chance of salvaging something from this game. But I've got a funny feeling there's going to be plenty of fireworks yet.
O'Brien picking up that one. And Brock with an improvised header there. Kevin Scott. Peacock. Good battling by Atkinson. The break on now for Sunderland. Hours powering his way forward, but John Beresford has a fair bit of pace as well, and Tommy Wright with not a lot to spare. Beresford charged down by Goodman. Clark, good awareness for O'Brien. And Venison and Newcastle keep their discipline and keep their passing. Lee trying to squeeze that one up the line for Lee Clark, making one of those runs of his. Certainly Roker Park is rising to Sunderland, doing everything they possibly can to urge him to go forward. Davenport, Venison, Rogan flinging himself at that one, and Howie for Scott.
The crowd's really getting behind Sunderland now, and they're getting up ahead of this team. They've just got to play with their heads as well as their hearts.
Another free
plenty
kick.
of time left yet.
Kevin Peacock has really had to work for his openings so far. John Kay with the free kick again. Gary Bennett is up there, and so too Kevin Ball and Anton Rogan. Howie heading clear. Atkinson knocks it back. Scott under a bit of pressure there. Rush was quickly in, and Scott with a big up and under. Clark and Rogan there. Ball hooks it back, and Davenport trying to get round Howie, and Venison has to help him out. Davenport pushing all the time, and it just got a little touch off Davenport there, and Venison under pressure but keeping very calm.
Stephen Howie did very well there. He was strong and determined. He held off Davenport's challenge inside the box. He was able to play it out to Barry Venison. The two Newcastle centre-backs are the key figures at the moment under this pressure, and I have to say that they're showing great determination and weathering the storm very well.
Now it's Venison. Kelly beaten by Rogan. Rush. Rogan in there, and Davenport nicks it back again and gets a dangerous cross in, and Scott only gets it half clear, and Cunnington, but Beresford there. And again, Newcastle stretched. Beresford looks up, cut out once more by Atkinson this time. O'Brien, Beresford once again. Peacock on the run, and it fell comfortably there for Peacock. Off Kevin Ball, Peacock going wide, and Robert Lee.
Well back David Rush. You're right, it's a very important header there. If he hadn't got back in there, the game could have been over.
Yet again, Newcastle so dangerous on that break.
Yeah, Kevin Ball got an unlucky bounce there actually, but he's recovered well. And there's that key header from David Rush. Good job he was there. There's that short corner again. No, they're not playing it.
Brock deciding to have a look up. Carter collects that one quite easily.
Crowd really getting behind Sunderland now, making for a tremendous atmosphere, and it's a really exciting game.
Davenport just getting the touch before Howie. Lee twisting and turning and still getting that ball up the line. David Kelly, but Tim Carter, there's only one thing he's going to do when he's come that far out. Kelly dying to get on with it quickly. Carter sprinting back to make up the ground. It's a busy life for goalkeepers these days, and now he can afford to smile. Venison, Robert Lee, Clark. Sunderland get the throw. Rush for Goodman. Rock Lee forward. Robert Lee again. Beresford. Well covered by Kay, but still Newcastle come forward. Now Gary Hours. Goodman checking and checking again that he doesn't fall offside. But Lee Clark's come back deep to pick it up. Good, strong run from Lee Clark. Side down there, but fair challenge from Kevin Ball.
Great tackle.
Davenport now skipping round Venison, with O'Brien doing the covering job. And Wright forced to bang the ball away. Some people out there are really keeping their cool and playing some neat football.
Yeah, Newcastle are weathering the storm very well at the moment. Sunderland trying as hard as they can, but they just can't make that breakthrough.
Tim Carter. Davenport. Now Rush trying to get there. And Lee Clark with the challenge that time. Lee Clark. Quickly taken that one. Rogan. Hours got a little header in there. Just looking to knock it down into someone's path.
They got first to the ball there, Sunderland. It's a good downward header, but unfortunately it didn't drop to a Sunderland foot. For them, that is.
O'Brien. Venison cut out again. Rush. It's easy for Beresford, who took that one beautifully. Kelly's dummy, looking for Peacock, but Kevin Ball watched it all the way, and Ball didn't come out of that one too well. Bit of a flick of a duster to the Iron Man. Peacock getting a word.
Yeah, I just think he's gone in a little bit late there, Gavin. Nothing too malicious. Just caught the back of Kevin Ball's calf. I'm sure he'll shrug that off, Kevin Ball.
Goodman looking to jump. Howie belting that ball away. Kevin Ball under it. Play really swinging from end to end. Davenport looking for Goodman if he can get there. Scott with a saving challenge.
Goodman's in the thick of the action now, in the middle of the pitch, and trying to get in behind those two central defenders, where he's much more effective than making those runs wide. He's looking likely.
Davenport looking to turn well and getting a corner kick. And again, good pressure by Sunderland. Davenport showing his value when he holds up that ball. And they're all coming forward again. Davenport there towards the near post. Gary Bennett and Kevin Ball. Ball came to the near post then. And a brave effort.
It was a well-flighted corner from Gary Hours again. They load the near post, Sunderland. There's 3 or 4 of them in there. And it's just curved away, and Kevin Ball's just got a touch, and it's over the bar. They're getting first to the ball much more often in this last 10 minutes in Newcastle's box than they have done all the way through the game.
Bennett. Foul there on David Kelly. He says he was backing into me, ref. Newcastle get the free kick, and they'll be pleased for a little momentary respite. Beresford knocking it in towards Robert Lee. Kevin Ball. Now Atkinson. Lee Clark with a foot there. Rush back to help out the defence and bang it clear. David Rush, more of a front runner perhaps normally, but had to do more than his share of the running in midfield. Robert Lee, Atkinson not letting him have it his own way, shoving him off the ball and getting the goal kick.
It's the first time I've seen him shoved off the ball for a long time, Robert. He's usually very strong in those situations. It's good from Sunderland's point of view, nice and determined there, Brian Atkinson.
Goodman and Scott jumping again. Goodman got a good little touch on then.
Good link up.
John Kay linking up well. O'Brien closing him down. Again, Davenport getting some room there, and Cunnington. Good defending though by Newcastle. It's good attacking, good defending. Everything you'd want from this sort of an occasion. Lee. Venison. Peacock. Lee Clark picks it up again. O'Brien. Sunderland's midfield pressure pushing Newcastle back. Venison looking for Peacock. Kevin Ball. That one fell for Robert Lee. Kelly and Bennett there, and Tim Carter out. Bennett using his experience and a little touch of pace as well. Lee, Clark's made that familiar run ahead of him, but Kevin Ball's got it worked out. Straight to Lee, Clark again, and Peacock, and Kelly.
Yeah, Newcastle are coming back into the game more now. They've weathered the storm, and they're making steady pressure up the field now, time and time again. Good cross from Robert Lee to the back end there, good header down. Kelly's tried a spectacular overhead kick which has gone wide of the goal, but they're showing more composure now, Newcastle. They're linking up better. They were forced deep early on, but now they're getting up the pitch a little bit more and they're counter-attacking more effectively.
Lee forward for David Kelly, going to get round the back of Kevin Ball, and Bennett was covering with Rogan at full stretch, but Lee will have another go at delivering. And again, Rogan is there. Defended so much more impressively, Sunderland, to say the least, than last weekend when they really were a shambles.
They've defended well today. They're going to need to as well. The game's still alive as long as they don't concede another goal.
Lee to Venison. O'Brien winning that one with Cunnington and getting a good flick to Robert Lee. Lee with time to look up and pick out his man. What a great covering tackle there from Anton Rogan. All determination and guts, that one. And no second thoughts in this game. Players have flung themselves into every challenge. Clark, O'Brien. O'Brien prepared to take his time and hold the ball and look up. Howie now coming forward. This is a good break by the Sunderland-born lad. And he's found Peacock, and Peacock, oh! So dangerous, Newcastle, and Peacock so close to putting the game further away from Sunderland's reach.
It's a great run there from Stephen Howie, caught on flat-footed. Gavin Peacock stolen in there, and his left foot shot has gone just over the bar. Now Sunderland have got to defend now, and they've got to weather this and see if they can mount a final assault in the last stages of the game. Must not concede another goal now.
Clark got the header to him first, Kelly and Lee. Newcastle's passing so sharp, they look to build their forward move so quickly, don't they?
Yeah, they do. The ball moves very, very quickly, and their movement off the ball's good as well. Sunderland have pushed up, and they've got to try and hold a line not too far into their own half and keep Newcastle pinned back, because they've got to get the goal back.
Rush pushing it forward for Davenport, Tommy Wright, and it came off the back of Kevin Scott, and they were a little fortunate to get away with that one. Atkinson, another North East lad, Darlington he's from. Quite sure what his boyhood favourites were. He's right in the middle of it for Sunderland now. Lee again, that familiar run by Clark. He's made that run so many times Venison with the support. Now Robert Lee. Venison realised Davenport was behind him. O'Brien wanted too much time and Goodman not prepared to let him have it. Davenport, but O'Brien recovers again. There's no time to dwell on it in midfield in this game.
Sunderland substitution coming now. If they can get the referee's attention.
As though it's Gordon Armstrong waiting to come on. Quite sure who's coming off. Maybe David Rush, I think. Yes, Gordon Armstrong coming on. Another Newcastle-born lad trying to bring Sunderland back into this game. Off goes David Rush.
Sensible substitution. Gordon Armstrong's good in the air. He's got a decent goal-scoring record, so he's always liable to get a goal. Interesting to see where they play him.
Armstrong has not been his normal determined self so far this season. Suggestions that he could be away from Roker Park, but I'm sure there's nothing more likely to fire him up for the time we're Derby.
He's come over to play on the left-hand side, and it looks like Gary Hours has come in to central midfield, and Sean Cunnington's gone further out. It's on the right-hand side.
Ball knocking that one forward. Free kick to Sunderland. I think more than anything, Sunderland looking for a stroke of luck. They're battling for it, they just can't quite get the ball to fall and open something up for them.
Yeah, that's they need somebody to do something exceptional. They need the rub of the green. They need a lucky bounce in the box just to get them back in the game.
Atkinson knocking that one in towards Gary Bennett, but again, Scott jumping so well. Knocked in by Cunnington. Goodman, the flag's up on the far side though. Scott and Howie are developing a really sound understanding so far this season.
They have battled well today, especially Howie. They have done remarkably well. They've kept, you know, when Newcastle came under pressure either side of half-time, they really showed some spunk, and they've battled very well with the threat that Goodman and Davenport have posed.
Cunnington, good jump there by Atkinson. Armstrong flinging himself into that tackle on Venison. Ball got a header in then. Halfway through the second half, still they trail by that one goal. Lee Clark still going, and Kelly was just looking to turn with that one. He just seemed to take his eye off the ball for a moment as he got away, he thought, from John Kay. He knew what he was trying to do there, David Kelly, and seemed almost shocked when the ball wasn't still at his feet.
I think it was just a bubble there, and it, as it came in, it just went over his foot.
Goodman, that was a good header to find Davenport. Howie is there, he's turned well. Davenport still having a look round. Goodman got away and into some space in the middle.
2 against 1, he was caught there, but it's anywhere else but there, and Goodman or Armstrong would have had a chance.
Atkinson. John Kay, try launching one a little deeper. Gary Bennett is the target. Scott got to it first, and Brock. Neither of them got to that one. Atkinson pumps it forward. The 2 number 5s are there. And it's Kevin Scott who's forced to give away. Another corner kick.
They've had a couple of half chances from these near post corners, Sunderland. It'll be interesting to see if they do the same thing. Yeah, they've loaded the near post up again.
Hours.
There it is.
Across for Armstrong, and Armstrong, the substitute, equalises. Gordon Armstrong, born in Newcastle, gets the breakthrough for Sunderland, and they're dancing now in the full end.
Yeah, it was another very well flighted corner. Lots of bodies at the near post. It misses everybody, it drops at Armstrong's feet. He gets a lucky ricochet to help it into the back of the net. It's the first time they've had a little bit of fortune in the Newcastle penalty area, and to be fair, they deserve it for their efforts so far. Now we've got a really good last 20 minutes to look forward to.
Gordon Armstrong is second of the season, and he's a man with a reputation of scoring goals from midfield. 11 last season, and he's got a crucial one now.
Great substitution from Malcolm.
Sunderland won, Newcastle United won, and as Lenny says, Malcolm Crosby's substitution pays off almost immediately. Malcolm Crosby, well, what a relief that goal would have been for him. Gordon Armstrong, his future in some doubt here at Roker Park, but he certainly made his mark on this game.
Now what Newcastle need to do now is to pass it and not let Sunderland get hold of it, and try and take the sting out of the game and not let Sunderland keep the momentum up. Sunderland are working frantically to get the ball back.
The whistle's gone.
Newcastle, when you've just conceded a goal, the minutes after that are the most vital, and they mustn't concede another one, and they're adopting a sensible attitude by trying to keep the ball.
Free kick quickly taken, Lee Clark. O'Brien. Awkward little deflection there for Carter. Not seen too many shots on goal by Liam O'Brien, who's been in tremendous form this season.
Sunderland now need to keep the tempo up. They don't want it slow. They don't want it slowed down, but Newcastle want to slow it down.
Goal from a different angle there again. Armstrong will enjoy watching that one when he gets home. Lee, back for O'Brien. Lee Clark, and it's fallen for David Kelly. And a great tackle there from Gary Bennett.
Terrific covering tackle from Gary Bennett. He made those yards very, very quickly. Now Sunderland have got to keep their concentration now. Often when you score a goal, your concentration goes. There's that short corner. They've cleared it.
Kelly now taking up a position right in the middle. Lee will look to get it over, or will it be Brock? Lee Clark and Brock working well together. O'Brien got a deflection, and Carter can scramble back across his goal to dive on that one.
Newcastle, to their credit, have bounced straight back into the game and got the ball up the Sunderland end and kept it there for these last few minutes. That's a terrific game, this.
And Kevin Keegan knew it was never going to be easy. And how right it's been proved to be. Sunderland have given Newcastle one heck of a battle. And it's not over yet by any means. Nine of the last 12 time-weird derbies have been drawn. And I wonder if we're heading for a 10th. Davenport chasing, so too Scott. Tommy Wright, of course, has to play that ball away now with his feet. Peacock not beating Rogan to it. Hours and Davenport caught offside.
Yeah, quite right as well.
For anybody who thought that Newcastle's amazing start to the season would just go rolling on here at Roker Park has been sadly mistaken. They're going to have to battle all the way if they want to make it 11 out of 11. Kevin Ball really has been an example in leadership today.
Both sets of centre-backs have done a magnificent job. That's as well as I've seen Gary Bennett and Kevin Ball play, and at the other end, Stephen Howie and Kevin Scott have done terrific for Newcastle as well.
It's Newcastle moving forward again. Beresford, little ball inside, picked up by Atkinson. Now Gary Hours. Atkinson again. Rogan knocking that one forward. Ball, keeping his eye on it all the way. Atkinson jumping well. O'Brien will feed Beresford. Played in towards Kelly. Kelly turning well. Down he goes. And they'll get the free kick for this one.
It's great footwork and a great turn there from David Kelly. Free kick in a dangerous position. And any number of people in the Newcastle team who could do you some damage from this sort of situation. Yeah, great dummy in a turn there, and Rogan's whipped his legs away from under him. They've got to get this ball right, and they've got to get everything else right. Sunderland, otherwise all their good work's going to go up in smoke.
No Kevin Sheedy for Newcastle today, which reduces one of their options from these sort of positions.
They've only got about another 6. I fancy Liam O'Brien over the wall.
Here goes O'Brien. Beautifully done by Liam O'Brien. That was absolute perfection. Newcastle back in front, and O'Brien scores again. It was O'Brien at Roco last year. O'Brien upset the Borough, and now O'Brien's done it again.
Yeah. You see, it's the goalkeepers. It's gone in on the goalkeeper's side. The Wolves protecting one side. The goalkeeper's guessed one way and been caught wrong-footed, and it's gone in his corner. I'm afraid that one's down to the keeper, although it was a great strike.
Liam O'Brien, his 4th of the season.
It's heartbreaking for Sunderland.
Well, Keegan's smiling now. At least inside, if he's not showing too much. And Liam O'Brien, what an outstanding season he's having. And what another tremendous strike from him.
Tommy Wright's come outside the box and handballed it. Now Sunderland have got a chance to do exactly the same thing.
Well, it really has been end-to-end stuff. Tremendous excitement throughout this match. And Sunderland have been dealt another body blow, but once again are looking to respond. You really wouldn't want to predict anything.
Now it's interesting, you see, now Newcastle in defending the thing, they've put Beresford on the post, and that's allowed Sunderland to put a load of players in, and he's flying out late. Clever little trick, and he's going back in again.
Goodman standing there. Hours, it looks as though he'll have a go. Hours, but he can't quite match O'Brien's effort. Disappointing end to that one for Gary Hours.
See, Beresford was trying to protect the post so the goalkeeper could cover the other side. Sunderland were then looking to put players in there. It's a disappointing effort at the end of the day.
Davenport. Goodman. Atkinson, Peacock. And again, Newcastle flinging into the tackles. Clark hoping to get the other side of Kevin Ball. But now John Kay.
Interesting, Gary Bennett has stayed forward now. I don't know if Sunderland are going to play with 3 at the back. They need to get the ball into the Newcastle penalty area as many times as possible.
Kay doing just that. And Armstrong up there, and Lee can let that one go out of play for a goal kick. It's a cruel day for Sunderland who've pulled out a performance many thought might well have been beyond them after that 6-0 hammering. But Malcolm Crosby can't complain at the way his team have responded to this task, but knows they're still staring another defeat in the face. 10 minutes left. Newcastle 2-1 up, and still the battle rages. And Bennett waiting for Carter to come out. Goodman. Well, Lenny Lawrence, of course, used to the dizzy heights of the Premier League, but I don't imagine he's seen many more exciting encounters than this one. And here goes Peacock again. Peacock. Carter off his line, but Peacock couldn't cash in. A real cracking game, though.
It's a great advertisement for First Division football and a great advertisement for the North East. It's been a fine game. Gaps appearing in the Sunderland defence now as they push forward. Gavin's got put through there, and his chips just carried over the bar.
Brock, Kay robbing him. Armstrong knocking it in towards Goodman. Scott. Now Hours has been so full of running. Bennett forward, and Brock into touch. And another job ahead of Lenny as well. He's going to have to pick a man of the match in the next few minutes or so, and I'd imagine there's quite a few contenders for that one.
There's plenty of candidates, at least 6 or 7.
Goodman just backing off there, saying I was not pushing. Stephen Lodge, the referee, thought otherwise. Goodman still comes up. Was it a smile? Was it a grimace of agony? Mr. Lodge has had a fair old game himself.
Yeah, I think he's done very well. He's made 1 or 2 difficult decisions with the disallowed Bennett goal, but all in all, you've got to say that he's handled a difficult game very well.
Armstrong, who's come on and added a lot of weight to Sunderland's midfield. Lee Clark looking for David Kelly. Away by Howie and Davenport. Kelly taking it out wide. Clark has filled his space through the middle. Now Beresford. Peacock and Rogan, and the ball not running too kindly for Rogan, but Carter was out, and Peacock might have been in there. Flags up again.
Yeah, just held a line there, Sunderland, and Rogan's gone and tracked him in, and Carter's just about got there in time and smothered it. Time for 1 or 2 last assaults here from Sunderland.
Kevin Ball hitting it deep towards Armstrong, who can jump and challenge. So too can Howie. Atkinson going for a ride right over the top of Lee Clark.
Quite right.
Clark, the guilty man.
Made a back for him there. It's a correct decision. Now they need to get the ball in the box. They've got quite a lot of aerial power now, Sunderland. Armstrong needs to get off it and get in the box.
3 in the wall. Armstrong still looks as though he wants to be involved in the taking of this. Rogan leaving it for Gordon Armstrong.
Oh,
Davenport nearly fell for Goodman.
Rehearsed free kick that was, and that was unlucky there. Just a touch away.
Armstrong, Bennett, and Cunnington. It opened up for him then. He looked around as though the penalty might come to his rescue.
No chance.
But that was a desperate measure. It opened up for him though, didn't it?
He should have got a shot away instead of looking for a penalty there. Great opportunity to get the draw they deserve, Sunderland.
Lee trying to check and bring this ball forward.
I'll do a little...
Scott jumping well again. Kay forward. Lee Clark now. Peacock. Kelly is in the middle. But Newcastle always look dangerous when they break. And Kelly looking to turn his man. The foul given. Cunnington chesting it back now for John Kay. Cunnington out wide. Thundering challenge again from Beresford, who's so quick into those tackles. And good control to play Brock in. Brock, who's come in and just filled into the Kevin Sheedy role with great ease. And the flag's up again. Well, Lenny, your choice for man of the match?
Well, there's many candidates. All four centre-backs have done magnificently well. Bennett and Ball for Sunderland, and Howie and Scott for Newcastle. Gary Howe's had a tremendous first half, although he's faded a little bit in this half. But the man of the match for me is Robert Lee, who's been involved and been highly influential in most things Newcastle have done from the first minute to the last.
So Robert Lee, our man of the match, sponsored by North East Ford Dealers, and obviously somebody that Lenny Lawrence has had a long-standing admiration for, and may well still be regretting the fact he's playing in yellow and green today and not in red and white for Middlesbrough. And here's Lee again, always been available. Howie. Davenport, still not over this game yet. Goodman looking for Cunnington, who could still keep on running, but Beresford's going to get there first. And fine defending by Beresford, who kept his cool then.
Yeah, he's done well. He's shown great composure. Beresford has improved enormously as a defender in the last couple of years. Good player.
You'll be feeling some sympathy for Malcolm Crosby with a couple of minutes left, Lenny.
His team have not let him down. They've shown great pride and spirit. They've worked hard, and he can be proud of them today. Unfortunately, they're playing against a very confident, very good side. They've deserved a draw, but one or two things have gone against them in each penalty area, and I'm afraid that it looks as if luck's deserted them, but they've restored pride, as I say. Time for one or two more attacks, perhaps.
Hours. Here goes Atkinson. Davenport, Atkinson battling all the way. It might still fall, but O'Brien plays it out, and Lee again, the man available right back alongside the defence. Clark and Kelly. Kelly is onside. So many red and white shirts there, and he may well prefer to pass a little bit of time in company with that corner flag. But he still managed to find Lee, who's back up helping the attack now. Lee for Kevin Brock, and Beresford is available, and this is what Newcastle do so well, switching the attack with their precise passing. Peacock gets the ball.
That's how to play, you see. That's a sign of their professionalism. Liam O'Brien's cleared it from one end. They haven't put the ball at risk at all. Kelly kept it in the corner, and they finished up with getting a corner.
Short for Brock, and back again. Beresford and Lee Clark. Turning one way and another, and trying one. And a great save by Carter. And that really would have been signing off in style by Lee Clark. Hasn't found the net for 10 games, but so close there.
So you see, because of their composure, instead of Sunderland spending the last couple of minutes trying to get a goal back, they're up the other end defending. That's good professional play from Newcastle.
And just what Sunderland didn't want when they pressed so much is to be pinned back into their own penalty area in the final minute or two. And here's Kelly, and another saving tackle there from Kevin Ball, who's done everything he possibly could this afternoon.
Good short corner drill there. It's always a good thing to be taking short corners at this stage of the game when you're holding a lead.
Lee into stoppage time, and still it's Newcastle who have control now. Carter, he'll launch this one upfield for one last desperate effort. But there's no time. It is 11 out of 11 for Newcastle United. It's their first win at Roker Park for 36 years. Liam O'Brien, another magnificent strike. Got the winner after Gordon Armstrong had come in and levelled it up for Sunderland. A fair result, Lenny, or a little cruel on Sunderland?
I think a little harsh on Sunderland. I mean, Newcastle are a class side and play very well, but Sunderland showed tremendous battling qualities, and they play some nice football as well. I thought when they equalised, they might just have been able to go on and win it, but credit to Newcastle, they kept their composure, they kept their passing game going, and a great bit of skill from Liam O'Brien has clinched them the victory.
So the run goes on. It's 11 out of 11 for Kevin Keegan's team. They're level now with that Spurs double side, and that record of Reading of 13 is still on. It's Sunderland 1, Newcastle United 2.